Welcome back to another episode of Straight Talking Leadership on Target, where I answer your leadership questions. If you've got questions about leadership, you can drop them below in the comments, or you can email them to ama@straightarrowcoaching.com. Also, don't forget, if you like this content, please like it, please subscribe to the channel, and please share it to spread the word about high impact leadership. Let's get started with today's question. The question today is, I've been at my company for almost a year managing 2 project teams. My boss has a habit of making changes in the scope of our projects or in the direction that we're going. It results in frustration in the teams and us not hitting our targets. How can I avoid this? You can't really avoid when your boss wants to make changes or has ideas about different things to do. What you can do, though, is you can manage up by making sure that you're on the same page with him, or better yet, making sure that they are on the same page with what's going on with the teams. What I would do in a case like that is I would ask questions of my boss. I would say, I just want to make sure that I understand what these changes are so that I can be clear when I communicate it to the team. What I also want to do is get ahead of the questions that I know the team is going to ask me. So if we've got a few minutes, I'd love to go through that and just pick your brain and get some clarity and answer some questions that I know the team is going to bring up. So the first thing that the team is going to want to know is, why are we making these changes mid-project? What's the benefit to us being able to do that? I want to be able to communicate that to the team. How do these changes affect the project? What are the additional resources that we're going to need in order to accomplish these changes? What's it going to do to our time frame? Is it going to push it back? Do we have more time to get this project completed? Or are we making changes within the same time constraints? What are some of the second and third order effects that making these changes mid-project are going to do? Are there going to be parts of this project that the team has to undo? If so, how long is that going to take? Why should we be undoing parts of the project that are already completed? And what's the benefit to making this change and making them undo these parts of the project? So what you want to do here is have a conversation with your boss. And your goal is to seek understanding of, why are we making these changes? And at the same time, shedding some light to them of what these changes are going to mean to the people on the team doing the project. You can't assume that your boss knows every little step between 1 and 10, where 10 is the completion of the project. They know that there are 10 steps to be done, but you can't assume that they know the intricate details of every single step. So sometimes by asking questions and getting them thinking about what it actually takes to complete the project, they're going to come to the conclusion that it's a waste of time, it's a waste of resources, I haven't thought this through. They may not verbalize all that to you, and that's perfectly fine. But what you want them to do is get a full picture of the ripple effects that are going to happen as a result of making changes in the scope or the direction of a project midway through. Your goal is to gain clarity. You're not asking these questions to be a jerk. You're asking them in a sincere way. You want to build a relationship with your boss so that at other times you'll be able to be more direct with them and say, boss, if we do this, then the team just spent 3 weeks working on these parts of the project that we're going to have to undo. We can do that, but just so you know, we're going to have to go back and undo 3 weeks worth of work. Is that the right path that we want to take? But first, if this is something that you've been dealing with and haven't had these conversations, you just want to start off by asking questions to get clarity. And sometimes in answering those questions, your boss is going to see what the changes, what the effects of these changes are going to be. So don't be afraid to have these conversations. You also want to be honest about what is going to happen by making these changes. Sometimes the best way to do that is asking questions and allowing people to come up with their own answers. So hope that was helpful. And if it was, again, please like it. Please share this. Please subscribe to the channel so we can continue getting the word out about high impact leadership. Have an awesome day and lead on.